Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Turn on those notification bells, and yeah, we'll hop in it. Huge slate today, starting with the Houston Astros versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Astros opening up as road favorites at minus 175. Pittsburgh plus 145 with the over-under at 9. Houston coming into this matchup 5-7. The Pirates 7-4. Pitching for the Astros is Jose Urquidy with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for the Pirates is Rich Hill with an ERA of 10. Urquidy, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Hill, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 1 strikeout. Houston losing to Pittsburgh yesterday 4-7. Nice win for Pitt. And Houston, they kind of just still struggle here. And they are 5-12 on the road against Pittsburgh. And really just not impressed with Houston, man. And just been kind of a letdown so far this season early on. And Pitt actually playing well here. I know Rich Hill's had a couple bad starts on the mound, but I think I'm going to take a shot with the Pirates plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at minus 165. Chicago plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. White Sox coming into this matchup 5-7. The Twins 7-4. Pitching for the White Sox is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 9. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 0.75. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Gray has only given up 1 run in his 2 starts this season. The White Sox losing to the Twins yesterday 4-3. And I like the Twins at home here. I like Sonny Gray on the mound. He's been very good. And I'm going to roll with the Twins at home in this one. Next matchup, we've got the New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Guardians. Yankees opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Cleveland plus 100 with the over-under at 9.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 7-4. The Guardians 7-5. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 9.45. Pitching for the Guardians is Peyton Battenfield with an ERA of 0. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. And then Battenfield making his first start. So we'll see how well he does here. Yankees beating the Cleveland Guardians 11-2 yesterday. I mean, that was a big win for the Yankees. And I think I'm going to roll with the Yankees on the road here. They've been very good against Cleveland. 10-4 on the road against Cleveland. And just not in love with Battenfield on the mound. We'll see how well he plays for the Guardians, but I'm going to roll with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the New York Mets. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Padres coming into this matchup 7-5. The Mets 6-6. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 7.88. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 1.64. Snell, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Megill, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Padres beating the Mets yesterday 4-2. And Padres playing well, 4-1 in their last 5 right now. They are 7-3 against the Mets here. Snell, it's given up 7 runs in his 2 starts so far. Megill's only given up 2 here. Man, in a pick'em scenario, think I'm gonna have to take the underdog in this one, and I'm gonna take the Padres. I'm gonna take the Padres on the road. It looks like you can get them. You can get either team plus 1.5 here, so I'll take Padres plus 1.5. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Chicago Cubs. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over/under at 10.5. Mariners coming into this matchup 4-8. The Cubs 6-4. Pitching for the Mariners is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 0. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Stroman, his last 2 starts, has not allowed a run. He's been really good on the mound to start the season. Seattle on a 3-game losing streak, losing to 14-9 against the Cubs yesterday. And I like the Cubs at home here. Seattle 0-7 against the Cubs. They just have not been able to beat the Cubs here. And I like Stroman on the mound. We're going to roll with the Cubs at home. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Colorado Rockies. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at minus 180. Colorado plus 145 with the over/under at 13. Cardinals coming into this matchup 4-7. The Rockies 5-7. Cardinals, pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 1.80. Pitching for the Rockies is Jose Urena with an ERA of 14.40. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Urena, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. St. Louis beating Colorado 9-6 yesterday. And St. Louis is 4-1 against Colorado. So they've been good head-to-head against Colorado. And Urena, both his last starts, he's given up 4 runs in each start, which I don't love that. Flaherty's only given up 2 runs total. He's looked very good on the mound. And I think I'm going to lean with the Cardinals on the road. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Brewers opening up as road favorites at... it's another pick'em scenario. Both teams minus 110 with the over/under at 9.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 8-3. Arizona 7-5. Pitching for the Brewers is Jansen Junk with an ERA of 0. Pitching for Arizona is Dre Jameson with an ERA of 2.16. Junk has not pitched this season, but his last start last season, coming off a 6-run game. Jameson hasn't pitched this season either. Actually, he might have. I think the stats are kind of lying to me because it does have his ERA. His last start that I can see pulled up, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Brewers beating Arizona 7-1. Yeah, just kind of a flip-flop series. I mean, Arizona looked good in that game, winning 3-0, and then just did not show up yesterday. Series like these are very tough when one team just doesn't show up and it's a blowout the next. Not in love with the pitching battle on either end here. And this one's tough here. And I think I'm still going to take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5. Both teams getting a win so far in this series, and we'll see what happens here. I think I'm going to take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we get the Miami Marlins versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Miami plus 165 with the over/under at 8. Miami coming into this matchup 5-7. The Phillies 4-7. Pitching for the Marlins is Edward Cabrera with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 5.59. Cabrera, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Miami beating the Phillies 8-4 yesterday after getting blown out the game before. Yeah, another flip-flop series of both teams just beating up on each other every other game. And, Miami, they've just been bad against Philly. 4-9 on the road against Philly. 4-11 straight up against the Phillies here. And no real pitching advantage. Both pitchers pitching pretty exactly the same here. And I think I'm going to take a shot. Well, I think I'll take a shot with the Marlins plus 1.5 on the road. Looked very good yesterday. And we'll see if they'll be competitive again today. Both teams still playing poorly to start this season. So I'll take a shot with the Marlins plus 1.5. All right, next matchup. We got the Washington Nationals versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Washington plus 145 with the over-under at 9.5. Washington coming into this matchup 4-8. The Angels 6-5. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 2.38. Pitching for the Angels is Griffin Canning with an ERA of 0. Gore, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Canning hasn't pitched yet this season here. Washington losing 2-0 yesterday to LA. Ohtani, great day on the mound for Ohtani, holding a nice shutout, which is kind of what you expect nowadays when he's on the mound. Washington 3-7 on the road against the Angels. And I'm just not in love with Washington. And that's pretty much it. Gore he's been pretty decent on the mound here, but I think I'm going to roll with the Angels at home. Next matchup, we've got the Oakland Athletics versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Oakland plus 145 with the over-under at 9. Oakland coming into this matchup 2-9. Baltimore 6-5. Pitching for Oakland is Ken Waldichuk with an ERA of 14.54. Pitching for the Orioles is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 10.12. Waldichuk, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up a lot of runs in his last 2 starts. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Oakland, they are on a 6-game losing streak. Back-to-back losses against Baltimore. It's been rough for Oakland. And, Oakland 1-5 on the road against Baltimore. Not in love with the A's here, and I'm going to roll with the Orioles at home. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay opening up as home favorites at minus 125. Boston plus 105 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Red Sox coming into this matchup 5-6. Tampa Bay 11-0. What a start for the Rays. Pitching for the Red Sox is Chris Sale with an ERA of 11.25. Pitching for the Rays is Taj Bradley with an ERA of 0. Chris Sale, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Bradley hasn't pitched this season, but last season, he hasn't pitched this season here, or in getting his first real start. Tampa Bay just continues to win, beating Boston 7-2. I mean, they're playing just lights out baseball. Boston 0-10 on the road against Tampa Bay. And we're riding the streak. Hopefully you guys have been riding part of this 11-game streak, because they've just been such a moneymaker. And we're rolling with the Rays money line at home. Next matchup, we get the Detroit Tigers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 280. Detroit plus 225 with the over-under at 8.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 2-8. Toronto 7-4. Pitching for the Tigers is Eduardo Rodriguez with an ERA of 6.30. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 0. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed a run in his first 2 starts of the season. Detroit on a 5-game losing streak. losing 9-3 to Toronto yesterday. Toronto playing well. They're 6-1 in their last 7. And yeah, I love Gosman on the mound here, and I'm going to roll with the Blue Jays at home. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -260. Cincinnati +210 with the over-under at 8. Reds coming into this matchup 4-6. The Braves 8-4. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green with an ERA of 5.62. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 2.45. Hunter Green, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Strider, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Cincinnati on a 2-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against the Braves. Cincinnati 1-10 on the road. They're a very bad road team. 1-4 straight up against Atlanta here, and yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with the Braves at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -175. Kansas City +145 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 3-9. The Rangers 7-4. Pitching for the Royals is Brad Keller with an ERA of 2.61. Pitching for the Rangers is Nathan Eovaldi with an ERA of 4.22. Keller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Eovaldi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Royals on a 3-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against the Rangers. Rangers on a 3-game winning streak. And yeah, the Royals 1-10 on the road against Texas. They are very bad on the road here, and yeah, Rangers have looked good in this series so far. I'm going to roll with the Rangers at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the San Francisco Giants. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -165. The Giants +145 with the over-under at 8. Dodgers coming into this matchup 6-6. The Giants 5-6. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 3.75. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 2.53. Kershaw, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Cobb, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. At Dodgers, losing 5-0 to the Giants yesterday. Yeah, Dodgers, kind of just unpredictable this season. Haven't played that well. Started out a couple good wins in a row, then they just been taking some losses. That Arizona series, I think, really messed them up. LA 2-6 on the road. I mean, they're not playing that great right now. And even with Kershaw on the mound, who had a rough start in his last game, I think I would take the Giants +1.5 at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.